Okay, so the next menu item or color menu is going to be color picker mode. So to go from stock to color picker mode, again, it's just a quick on off and you'll go from stock to color picker mode. Okay. Once you're in color picker mode, it'll just roll through the colors. Okay, so once you have a color that you want to pick and you decide what that is, you're just going to wait for that color to come along and you're going to do a quick on off. Okay, so I wanted to pick blue, so now it's blue. I know the colors might not be completely accurate, but it's very blue. Okay. So essentially now, if I wanted to leave it solid, I can leave it solid. If you wanted to add an effect to the color that you've picked, it's the same process as when it was in stock. So it's a slightly longer off than on. Okay. And you'll see here, you get kind of the unstable blade effect. Okay. I know my camera or my phone is probably just washing a lot of that out, but you can kind of see like in my hand, it does reflect the light a little bit better. Okay. So if you wanted to pick, let's say we wanted to pick flame as the effect that's available here, right? So we would do off and on. It's going to go to the randomized one. Off and on. It's going to go from moving from the bottom towards the tip, randomized. Off and on. Now it's going to do the one where the blade's bright all the time, but it moves, it turns off just for a second while it moves towards the tip. My favorite effect, actually. Okay, and then we'll do off and on. Now we're at flame, brighter at the base, moving up the tip. Okay. And then if you want to save this setting now, just turn it off, leave it off and plugged in for about 10 seconds. That write will happen to the chip that's in there. I keep calling it a processor. It's not technically a processor, but I keep, it'll be writing to that chip and it'll be essentially saved to the blade. So if I were to disconnect the blade, put it in another hilt or what have you, or, I don't recommend storing your lightsabers with the batteries in them or a blade plugged in, again, batteries are a big problem with a lot of these things. So, be very careful, tread lightly with the batteries. But essentially, once you save this configuration, even if I were to go and put it in another blade, or another hilt, I should say, right? Take this one here, and then a whole separate hilt, right? Again, this is a modded one that's got bad LEDs in it, I know, so this is not for sale, this is just for testing. But remember, I had blue with an effect. Okay, blue with an effect. Listening to the kyber crystal sound in here, that's why you'll notice the different sound. But essentially, the blade has its own brain now, so to speak, right? So it's always going to remember how you have it set. Unless you leave it in the stock configuration, then it's going to go ahead and be in the stock configuration. Okay, so on to the next menu item.